back when creation was still sort of new, God looked out and he became very disheartened by all the violence and cruelty and brokenness he saw in the world he had created. So God thought, maybe I should just start over. And so God looked out and he saw a family who was righteous and kind. And he saw that Noah was there making good decisions. So God told Noah, I want you to make an ark. I want you to make a giant boat and to fill that boat with two of every animal so that we can start over with a new creation. Everything else will be wiped away. So Noah did what God asked. He built a boat and he gathered the animals. And then it began to rain. It rained and rained for 40 days and 40 nights, and the boat rose with the flood. And when Noah looked out, he saw that the whole earth was covered with cleansing waters, and that God was destroying God's creation to start over again. When the rain stopped and the boat was on dry land again, Noah and his family left the ark. How happy Noah and his family were to get out of the ark and into the fresh air once again. The animals frolicked and scampered, and the birds flew, singing in the clear blue sky. Before they did anything else, Noah and his family thanked God for his kindness and care for them during the terrible flood. God had kept them safe and given them a fresh start in the new world. Then God blessed Noah's sons. And God said, Spread out and fill the earth, have many children, care for the world and for all the creatures in it. I'm going to make you a promise. Never again will I destroy my creation to start over. Never again will I send a flood or destroy all living things. I promise to be in relationship with you and all of creation for as long as the earth lasts. I'm going to give you a sign to remind you always of my promise. Whenever you look up and see a rainbow in the sky, think of my promise to you and be sure that I will keep it. After the terrible flood, Noah and his family felt a bit frightened whenever it began to rain. But they would look up, and as the sun burst through the clouds, they would see the rainbow shining in the sky. They remembered that they were really safe. God would keep God's promise.
So what's on my forehead? These are ashes for Ash Wednesday. Today is the first day of Lent, Ash Wednesday. And Lent is the season of 40 days in preparation to Easter, and you can see all the 40 days behind me on the poster. The very first day, we put ashes on our forehead to remind us that one day we will die. One day we will return to creation like dust and ashes. So we remember that our life is precious and short and sacred, and to take each day seriously. During this Lent, we're going to learn about 5 promises God has made to us and to creation. And this first promise is the earliest promise God makes to creation way back when. After God looked out in the flood and God decided never again would God give up on creation, God made a promise to Noah and to all creation that God will be in relationship with us forever, that God will never give up on us ever again, no matter how much we let God down. And that's what Lent is about, trying and trying again, no matter how much we fail, because we know that God believes that we can be the creation God set us out to be. So for each Sunday in Lent, we're going to prepare for Easter, prepare for our Easter eggs by taking an egg and by making a sticker that reminds us of the sign of the promise. And today's sign of the promise is a rainbow. So I made a rainbow sticker. I have a little rainbow ribbon. And you can find, instead of a rainbow ribbon, what you can do is you can find a piece of grass or a leaf or a petal, something that reminds you of creation. You're going to put that in your egg, and you're going to put a piece of candy in your egg that you're going to wait to eat until Easter. And the other thing you're going to put into the egg is your own promise. God made a promise to creation with the rainbow to Noah, that God would never give up on us. And God asked us to make a promise back that we would care for creation. So today, think about a promise you want to make to care for creation better. Maybe that's to recycle or to use less plastic. Maybe that's to go for a walk in nature and thank God for the flowers and the animals. What's a way that you can help God to care for creation? And you're going to write that promise on a little piece of paper and put it in the egg. And while it's in the egg, that promise will grow and strengthen. You're going to try to keep to that promise every day. And you'll also know that when you fail to keep that promise, God will be there to forgive you. Because even though we're not so great at keeping our promises sometimes, God always keeps God's promise. So this is the first egg and the first promise. And on Easter, we're going to open it up along with that box with the A word in it on Easter. And for now, this green egg will remind me of God's promise to creation and the promise I'm going to strive to keep to care for creation better.